The following is a hockey podcast out of Vancouver and Surrey, British Columbia. It'll only consist of a lot of puck talk and even more BS, or in actual words, banter and satire. Enjoy, and as always, go Canucks go.
I gotta be honest with you, okay? It's been a long time since I've been in love. And I'm not talking about my beautiful wife. I'm talking about being in love with the Vancouver Canucks. But guess what? This team is in frickin' wagon again, and I love it. I don't care if it's 10 goals against the Sharks. This team is on a heater, and I'm here for it, and you're here for it with us here on Locked On Canucks.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, guess what, Canucks fans? Life is good. Life is good. The team just scored 10 goals in the game for the first time in 30 years, and we are here for the good times on Locked On Canucks. My name is Trevor Beggs, co-host here of Locked On Canucks, and also a writer and a part-time credentialed media member for Daily Hive Vancouver. Before we dive into this episode, pump it up. The best team in the NHL right now. Yeah, I just said it. Okay,
Holy.
The best team in the NHL right now. We got to say, we appreciate you for tuning into Locked On Canucks. It's your team. No, scratch that. Your Canucks every day. Make sure you go subscribe or follow for free on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Coming up on today's episode, 10 reasons why we love the Canucks again. Do I have 10 reasons? I don't know, but I got lots of nice things to say about this team, and it's been a long time. In fact, it's probably been about 10 years since I've had 10 good reasons why I love this team. I also might talk about the ceiling for this team, and we will preview the Stars and Canucks heavyweight tilt this weekend, the 7-1-1 Stars against your 7-2-1 Vancouver Canucks. Again, the Canucks, performing like almost like a 10 out of 10 team right now, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing from these boys. Maybe I'm too hyped up over a win over the hapless San Jose Sharks, but you got to celebrate the good times. And speaking of celebrating the good times, it's always a good time when I'm joined by my brother, Kyle Bhawan. How you doing, buddy?
Bro, you look a lot younger today, man. Let us know in the comments below. Does Trevor Beggs look younger? It's something else, man. Trevor, I haven't seen you this happy since your son had his born day. You know what I'm saying? It's a big day for you, man. You feel like yourself, man. You really do. And you also remind me of that Trevor Beggs that I met 12 years ago, man. It's just an emotional time for me. I'm reminiscing a lot about life, and it's mainly because of your Vancouver Canucks and them providing hope and this escapism and giving us actually something to do that's only for us, okay? Speaking of that, this is the show right here where we give you the West Coast bias, okay? Kyle Bhawan, Trevor Beggs. And I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful. Beggsy, before I start crying, man, just take it away, man. 10 things? I could say 46. 46. I could. But I'm going to shut up because, again, I'm going to start crying. Beggsy, take it away.
Yeah, and the comments I'll pose, or the question I'll pose to the listeners today, again, feel free to interact with us on Twitter/X, YouTube. You can even comment on Spotify now. When was the last time you were this excited about the Vancouver Canucks? Was it just 2019-20, or maybe the North Division season? Some people thought the Canucks were going to win the division that year.
Are you taking a shot at me? Was that? Come on, man.
I might be taking a shot at you.
You don't gotta get subliminal, man. We're homies, bro. We're homies. You don't gotta throw the non-mention when you say something, okay? Just say it to my face, Beggsy. I know. I've been there. I've been delusional before, but this time around, our best players are a bit older, and I feel like they're bought in. Speaking of being bought in, I'm bought in, man. The Canucks are making the playoffs, man. Anyways, Beggsy, again, before I start crying, keep going.
Well, and yeah, I think there was interesting numbers over at Money Puck recently where the Canucks had the best odds of winning the Stanley Cup.
Whoa,
that is something that, check it out. I actually got posted on Offside, but I don't know if Money Puck's algorithm got messed up for a day, but there was a day there where they had the best odds of winning the Stanley Cup. But I'm on Money Puck right now, and the Canucks have the 5th best odds of making the playoffs at 86%. Again, they were sub 50% going into the season. And their cup odds are at 5.8%. They have the 5th best odds of winning the Stanley Cup. Again, according to Money Puck, which kind of just crunches the numbers and gives the algorithm. Let me tell you, the teams right now who the Canucks have a better chance of winning the Cup than, according to Money Puck. The Canucks, apparently, according to Money Puck, have a better chance of winning the Cup than the Colorado Avalanche, the Carolina Hurricanes, the Boston Bruins, the Edmonton Oilers, the New York Rangers. Okay, so just want to, again, the Canucks get a lot of love for Money Puck, but I'm not loving the Canucks because of their Stanley Cup odds right now, although that's pretty nice. Maybe we'll put that as reason one, because this team is looking like, again, a legitimate playoff contender right now. Again, not the perfect team, but lots of things to like. But I'm going to start with the stars, okay?
Ooh.
Quinn Hughes tied the franchise record last night with 5 points. It was the most points by a Canucks blue liner in a single game since Jeff Brown did so back in the early 90s. I believe it was 1992. Yeah, unbelievable stuff. Quinn Hughes now 16 points in 10 games. Most points among NHL defensemen. He's only 4 points back of his brother Jack for the league. Again, Quinn Hughes is a defenseman. And not only that, but he's got some of the lowest, expected goals against numbers in the NHL. He's doing it all over the ice, man. I'll ask you this, Kyle. Is Quinn Hughes your favorite Canuck right now? And if not, who is it?
Come on, man. Why are you doing that, man? Why are you getting toxic, man? Why you got to make me choose? We are all Canucks.
Toxic. Just pick a favorite Canuck. Come on, man. That's all.
Okay, Quinn Hughes, Captain Canuck. A lot of respect for him right now because, people talk about being the Prime Minister of Canada. People say things like, why would you ever want to do that? That seems like a stressful job. Why? What's the point? That's the worst job ever. Bro, not too long ago, exaggerating sure, paraphrasing sure, but the Canucks had one of those organizations that was not appealing. Like being the captain of the Vancouver Canucks.
We were a laughing stock. Like, how many times will we join Locked On Canucks?
6 months ago.
In March of this year. 6 months ago. Maybe it was a little more than that. I think your math's a little off, but that's okay. Math's not important.
I don't know. Math is not important, bro. I'm just saying, bro, being the captain of the Vancouver Canucks, not that sexy of a thing to do. I think it would be a lot more sexier at the time because right now it is. Right now, Quinn Hughes looking good, bro. This guy looking good. Straight up. People's choice, most handsome player in the league. Quinn Hughes is looking that good in that black jersey, that black skate jersey, makes everyone look fresh. Anyways, 6-7 months ago, this team is not tanking for Bedard. Everyone doesn't know why. They're playing Demko. They brought in Tocchet. They got the coach's bump. We're just sad. We're angry. We're mad. We're confused. And being the captain of the Vancouver Canucks was also in debate, right, with Pettersson and him. It didn't seem like the easiest / again, the most appealing thing to do. And he's walked in here as a captain and early on been like, you know what? I obviously want this, not because it's an honor, but because I'm that guy. I'm that guy. Everyone's going to be watching, and I'm going to show the world that I'm that guy. Look at all these lists. Look at all these people. And also look at the facts that I'm a loser right now. I'm done. I'm done with that. And am I gonna trust the Vancouver Canucks, this organization, or am I going to trust myself? And I think Quinn Hughes walked into the scenario and is like, yo, I'm going to will this team to victory. I'm going to do whatever it takes. And what that means is get a lot better. How did this guy go from like a 94 overall to a 97 this quick? He's too good. I'm proud of him, man. My favorite Canuck? Now that goes to JT Miller. More on that later. Anyways, Beggsy, again, before I start crying.
Let me tell you, you talked about Quinn Hughes being good looking. So you're on YouTube, you might have seen this graphic online.
That's our captain, man.
He was the NHLPA Player of the Week. I didn't even know there's an NHLPA Player of the Week, to be honest. But look at this picture of Quinn Hughes. Again, you can either check it out on the NHLPA's Twitter page or here on YouTube if you're watching us on YouTube.
Come on, man.
Holy hell, man. I've never seen this guy look so studly. Look at the flow. The look at his eyes.
It's the tap water, man.
Skate jersey.
It's the tap water.
God, man.
It's the tap water, man. It's the tap water in Vancouver, man. It does something to you. It makes you look that good. And Beggsy, I know number 2. Yes, number 2 on this list of yours is just as good as that tap water. Because, man, just try it, man. If you're listening to this, go walk over to your tap, pour some out, sip it, and be grateful.
Yeah, there we go. I talked about the playoff odds being number 1, Quinn Hughes being number 2. And let me talk about Elias Pettersson, okay? Because this guy, again, has been one of the best players in the NHL to begin the season. Again, we're not even sure if he's been the best player on this team, but he's been one of the best players in the NHL, okay? 5 goals, 14 assists, 19 points in 10 games. He just had one of the silkiest assists of the season.
Can you just talk about that play? The one that you're talking about right now, one of the silkiest assists. You should use another word for that on top of silkiest. So I'm going to let you make up that word yourself because for me, it was extraordinary, but also not surprising, which again, I'm grateful for, man, because I'm from the West Coast, the best coast. I actually watch Pettersson, and we've been watching him for years and years and years and years. And I'd be watching him if I was living in New Brunswick and a hockey fan because, come on, man, he's one of the top 3 players in the league, and he kind of like feels like he's been this good the whole time. But now offensively, we're seeing more of a finish. Anyways, Beggsy again. I'm going to start crying, man. Take it away.
It's a beautiful thing. Again, Canucks 7-2-1 haven't been this good in a long time. But, with Pettersson, now that assist last night, he basically takes the puck out of midair and almost just like catches in the breadbasket on his stick. And then, sets up Kuzmenko, who sends it to Mikheyev, who buries it. So Pettersson gets the secondary assist on that goal. Not even the primary assist, but it was Pettersson who made that play happen. And again, like you said, Kyle, we've seen the best of Elias. We've seen what we thought was maybe the best of Elias Pettersson over the past, really since Bruce Boudreau came in. 102 points last year. We kind of said that to start this season that this guy, could he hit 150, 120 points this season? I said, I think so.
Yeah.
And so far, I'm looking pretty smart, which doesn't happen all that often. But again, he's just been so electric to start the season. And right now, he's on a 2-point per game pace. He's on pace to put up over 150 points. I mean, those are Connor McDavid numbers. I don't think that's going to keep up, but I do think 115 to 120 is realistic.
Oh, dude, he's getting that.
And not to mention having the defensive impact as well.
He's getting that. Oh, the defensive impact. Just too good, man. Too good, too clean, too smart. Again, his his pursuit of generating wins has always been there. Hence why, on most occasions, he's the best player on the ice. And he's been that for years and years and years in most occasions. But yeah, you talked about you saying that you think he would get 115 points, 120 points. Yeah, you said that, but you also said yes a bunch of times when we're having those episodes where we were being drunk. We were being drunk, drunk on the blue and green and just assuming the best. You said a lot of times that this guy is going to hit 115 points. This guy is going to take the next level in his offensive game. And it's a beautiful thing, man. It's surprising that it's coming this early. And I know you just said that it's borderline impossible pretty much for him to get McDavid-like points, but on that power play with Quinn Hughes playing the way he's playing, and more specifically, taking a lot of shots, he's going to get a lot of passes from Pettersson, and I think there is a chance for this guy to get 130 points. I would say a 50% chance, because I'm already guaranteeing that this guy's getting 115, 120. Okay? So the other half is 130. Bro, I feel 10 again. I feel 10 again. I feel emotional right now. Bro, when the Canucks used to win games, I used to go into the washroom when I was 10, 11 years old and just not look at myself in the mirror and talk to myself. I would just be like, I can't even explain it. Just euphoric, dude. Euphoric, pumped up. And only I knew how I was actually feeling. I didn't have any diehard Canuck fans really around me on the daily, and I had to be with myself. I also did that when they lost games. All in all, I'm feeling 10 again, man. Beggsy, do I look younger?
And so you should.
Do I look younger?
You look younger for sure, man. And that,
there you go, man. Thanks, bro.
Vancouver Grizzlies hat is fantastic. Let me throw a quick reason number 4 up here. Again, I'm going to tell the listeners, I'm not sure if I even have 10 reasons. I probably could list 100 reasons right now why I love this team. But, Kyle and I, just two buddies talking Vancouver Canucks, and we're glad that you're joining us here on Locked On Canucks. Before we get to break, check out this fancy little list right here. This is the list of leaders in terms of even strength points this season. And if you're listening on audio, let me tell you, number 1, Quinn Hughes. Number 2, Elias Pettersson. Okay, those are your league leaders in terms of even strength points right now. And if you look at the list, Miller and Besser have 9 even strength points. They're tied for with a bunch of players at second. So, we have Miller, Besser, Pettersson, and Hughes all in the top 12 in terms of points to even strength this season. Not to mention, they're pretty much top 12 overall, too, with the amount of power play goals they're scoring. So, again, this team is a freaking wagon right now. We love it. And we're going to talk more about it on the other side. Specifically, we're going to talk probably a little JT Miller, Thatcher Demko, and Rick Tocchet as well. All reasons to love this team. Before we do that, I got to tell you that, as a business owner, if you are a business owner, that is, you realize that there are times when receivables might fall behind. But that doesn't mean you need to fall behind on vendor payments, payroll, or rent. For more than 25 years, Parkview Advance has helped businesses secure working capital from $5,000 to $1.5 million. Parkview Advance can approve your working capital in as little as 24 hours. Holy smokes, man. I mean, the San Jose Sharks have been asleep for more than that all season long. So figure that one out. Hey, it's a much easier process with Parkview Advance than you might imagine. We invite the many entrepreneurs that are Locked On NHL fans to learn more by calling us at 203-675-0071 or go to parkviewadvance.com. If your business needs working capital, call Parkview Advance today. Parkview Advance, helping businesses with their working capital. Go to parkviewadvance.com. I also got to let you know, when you're drafting your fantasy team, do you ever wish you could do the same thing with your business team? If you're building a roster to win the league, first, you need a few Canucks on your team because these Blues are freaking awesome right now. And you also need Indeed, okay? Indeed is the hiring platform where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. Find top talent fast with Indeed's suite of powerful hiring tools like Indeed Instant Match, assessments, and virtual interviews. I do love Indeed because of that instant match, okay? It's better than my instant coffee. Let me tell you that. Instant match, if you use it, candidates who invite to apply through instant match are 3 times more likely to apply to your job than candidates who only see it in search, according to US data. Indeed, they do the hard work for you so you can sit back, relax, scratch your sack, do whatever you like to do. Sponsor a job, and boom, Instant Match shows you candidates whose resumes on Indeed fit your job description immediately after you post. With Instant Match, you can start hiring fast. Indeed knows when you're growing a business, you have to make every dollar count. That's why with Indeed, you only pay for quality applications that meet your must-have job requirements. So go to Indeed.com/lockedon to start hiring now. Just go to Indeed.com/lockedon. Indeed.com/lockedon. Terms and conditions apply. Cost per application pricing not available for everyone. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
Okay, you're back on another episode of Locked On Canucks. My name's Kyle Bhawan. That right there is Trevor Beggs. More importantly, this is the show where we give you your Canucks every day. Like and subscribe. If you did enjoy today's episode, shout out to the OGs. And if you didn't like the episode, don't do anything I just said. Stop lying to yourself, okay? Save the world with one less lie at a time. Beggsy, I think you lied to the fans, the listeners, when you said we're going to list 10 things off and you might not have that many things or have too many things. We might not be able to get it all done in the episode. We're getting to 10, okay? It's going to be easy. Okay, and we're going to do it in 7 minutes, okay?
Let's rip through it then. I think we've listed 4 so far. The Canucks playoff odds, Quinn Hughes' dominance, Elias Pettersson's hot start, and the fact that Quinn Hughes and Pettersson lead the league at even strength are the 4 things so far. I'm going to throw number 5 in there, JT Miller. Okay, he might be the engine driving the bus right now. What do you think about that, Kyle? Is JT Miller, do you think, the engine of this team, or does it fall on kind of Hughes or Pettersson?
No, he's the engine, bro, and I think it's because he's the most... Like, in a way, I'm not going to call him the most complete hockey player, but he is the only one with that much talent bringing a little bit of old school within the organization. Like, this guy finishes every check no matter what. No matter what. The game's 4-0, this guy's finishing checks. He was doing that all game. And you know what? He's been doing that all season. And, yeah, you got to produce points and goals, but I don't know how to explain it other than... There's this certain type of like magic a team can get when you see one of your guys doing that, and that's making the boards rattle because you just hit a dude, hit the other dude. It's a beautiful thing. Again, I could talk about the points and how he's playing offensively, but I love how this guy's finishing checks, and it's kind of in a spiritual way telling me that this guy is the engine of this team.
Yeah. And I'll even kind of throw number 6 here. I love the intensity of the stars of this team, even when they're winning big. I saw with JT Miller against the Blues, he was like dropping like F-bombs on the ice when he missed a pass when their Canucks were already up 4-0. Elias Pettersson slammed his stick because he missed a pass when the Canucks were up 7-0. It's like these guys aren't settling for just being good, okay? Even when the team's winning, they're still being hard on themselves like that. To me, is a sign of athletes, competitors who are ready to, put it on the line to win it all. And I think this Canucks team is completely bought in right now. And maybe that's going to lead to point number 8.
You have to get to 7. You have to get to what? Miller?
No, did I just say
Miller? The intensity. What's number 7, bro?
Okay. Yeah, 7 is talking. My bad.
Yeah, it's all good. I know it's 4:20 for me, but I'm here, man. I'm here in the moment, man. Locked on Canucks. Okay, we sharp. Anyways, number 7.
I had another one in mind, but then I started thinking about talking. So we're talking about the intensity. But anyways, to me, again, we talked about the intensity of the team right now, the buy-in from the team. Yeah, it's on the players, and Talkett has said that before. But he is the guy leading the charge right now, and we saw it last year under Bruce Boudreau. It's like the feel-good vibes coach can only go so far. It's like you do need a system in place. And I think Talkett instilled that system last year. I was skeptical that going to this season it was going to work, but you can see right now, like there's complete buy-in from this team. They're starting to smother a bit more in the defensive zone. And in the offensive zone, I think they're letting the playmakers run right now.
Mhm.
So again, really loving what Rick Tockett's bringing. And I'll go to number 8, Kyle. Maybe
No,
you
let
have
me
the
say
floor for a
something.
bit,
Let me
but-
say something about this, man. Okay, let me
go
just
for
get
it,
in
man.
here,
Go for
okay?
it.
Okay.
I'm feeling it.
First
I'm
of
feeling
all,
it right
man,
now.
you gotta always say this, man. You gotta be open to being proven wrong by your people, the people you love. And I know I don't know these guys, but we're talking about the Vancouver Canucks. Go ahead and prove me wrong when I'm talking ish. I did not want Tocchet coming close to this team last year, not just because of his coaching resume, but also because of the timing. Let us suck, let us get Bedard. Did not want this to happen. But if this is not happening back in the day, what was it? 10 months ago? 9 months ago? This start is not possible. And we could break down the specifics, but I just want to point out one moment. And remember, this happened. It happened the day after the season ended. The Canucks got some of their players to work with the coaches when the regular season was over, immediately after game 82, and they got fined for it. And we said it at the time. I like it. Pay that fine, because it just showed that they're taking this serious. And Tocchet's proven that he's been able to transform this team into a professional team, because they were by far and away not even close to it over the last handful of years. And in a flash, it seems like, again, you're cheering for a professional hockey team. It's cool. That happens to be led by star players. So he's been able to ingrain the culture and the mindset, Alvin Rutherford, etc. But keep in mind that things are potentially exponential with this group of players, because they don't just have great players. Like, I always bring up the overalls because I'm a EA Sports nerd. We literally have 2 guys who are 95 plus overall. We got like a 92 overall goalie, a 90 overall goalie. We got JT Miller at 90 overall. People thought this guy was at 86, 87, Dude, this guy's leveled up his game at the age of 30. And that's why you and Trevor, that's why you and I need to believe that we got this, man. We just turned 32, man. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Even us getting 10 reasons in here in a reasonable amount of time without getting by the ups here. So number 8, I'll say Brock Besser refining his form. Okay, this guy now has 8 goals in 10 games on the season. He didn't have 8 goals until January 10th last season. Okay, 32 games into the year. So again, Brock Besser refining his form is huge for this team, and I think we believed it was possible, but we were skeptical about it. I thought he was going to have to be paired with Pettersson to make it happen, but he's making it happen just on his own. Number 9, Thatcher Demko. I mean, what else can be said? This guy, I think, is Vezina caliber when he's healthy. He showed that this season. And number 10, I'm actually going to shout out the secondary scoring. I think it was a point of contention maybe a week ago, but you've seen this season different guys step up at different times, right? Höglander was pretty good in the early on. He had 4 points in 7 games there. But now you have guys like Beauvillier. He scores his first 2 goals this season after having 3 assists in 2 games before that. Sam Lafferty now has 3 goals on the season as well. Pius Suter finding the back of the net for the first time. I think the secondary scoring maybe again been a bit of a point of contention, but there's skill down there, and some guys, they're not always going to be running hot like the stars in this team, but I think there's enough there to really make this team dangerous offensively. Yeah, and those guys are playing hard, man. And I'm going to wheel it all the way back to the top of this segment on Locked On Canucks. You brought up JT Miller. When JT Miller is finishing all of his checks and he's putting up 16 points in 10 games or whatever, you best believe like the bottom 6 has to feed off of that. It's just the truth. It's the way of the Canuck now. If one of your best guys is doing what you are supposed to do as well, or you should be doing, and a lot of finishing checks. Canucks are playing hard, man. I'm feeling 10 again. I remember being 10 years old, watching the games with my pops on Sportsnet, and this is how I felt this morning. And I didn't pop the blue pill. I didn't pop the Viagra, okay? But I felt like singing that song, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
It's great to stay up late, and we stayed up late watching the game till 10 o'clock, and then we watching 2 hours of highlights and other podcasts and just soaking it all in, because I feel Vancouver again. And I know it's only 10 games, but man, we're led by some of the best players in hockey. Just remember that, who have some momentum.
Yep.
And now they're playing with a team that's bought in. Beggsy, who we shouting out, man? Locked On Canucks, man. Your team every day. Your Canucks every day. Correct myself. West Coast buys.
West Coast buys, baby. Well, coming up in the final segment, we'll do a quick preview of the Stars Canucks matchup this week. And again, two of the best teams in the Western Conference going head to head. And you speak about the Canucks having some of the best players in the league. The Stars also have some of the best players in the league. So I'm excited for this one, buddy. Before we do that, I got to let you know that this show is sponsored by BetterHelp. And I know we're talking about all the good vibes from the Canucks right now, but sometimes towards the end of the year, in November, December, there could be some seasonal blues. So this time of year can be a lot, and it's natural to feel some sadness or anxiety about it. But adding something new and positive to your life can counteract some of those feelings. Therapy can be a bright spot amid all of the stress and change, something to look forward to make you feel grounded and give you the tools to manage everything that's going on. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Find your bright spot this season with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/LockedOnNHL today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/LockedOnNHL.
Okay, you're back on another episode of Locked On Canucks. My name's Kyle Bhawan. That right there is Trevor Beggs. And this is the show, most importantly, that you get your Canucks, yes, your Canucks, every day, no matter what. Will we be here on the weekend? I don't know. You never know, man. You never know. Again, something is warm, really warm in my heart right now. It's not my family. It's not my girl. It's not my dog. It's not my passion. It's not my dreams. It's your Vancouver Canucks, our Vancouver Canucks. I'm loving life, man. Anyways, before we get into the Saturday heavyweight matchup, I can't believe you used that already, man. Chill out, bro. It's been 10 games. We're still the Vancouver Canucks. You can't be calling us heavyweights.
What are you talking?
No, you can't. No, just chill out, bro. Chill out.
These two teams have a 14-3-2 record, okay? It's a heavyweight tilt.
Honestly,
I don't care, man.
I take that back. I take that back. I was about to tell you, you're getting a little too cocky, man. I gotta talk to your wife, okay? But you know what? I like it, though. I like it. Anyways, we'll talk about that game in one minute, but before we do so, we just talked about BetterHelp. Got to ask your friends this question because it actually does matter. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, buddy. And I couldn't be happier about these Vancouver Canucks. The time of year, man. I know November is sometimes one of the tougher months of the year, but Canucks hockey and my family is getting through it. I'm excited to end the year strong, both here at Locked On Canucks and with those Canucks that I cheer for.
Dude, do you got any superstitions? Like, are you doing anything different? Have you noticed something?
You know what?
Okay.
I don't have any superstitions right now. And I say I don't believe in superstitions, but I do tend to get a bit more superstitious, like as the Canucks games matter. Like I'll tell you this, during the bubble playoffs in 2020, the Canucks lost that first game to Minnesota. And during game 2, I had a couple friends over, so I cracked a fresh beer at the puck drop at the beginning of every period, and they won.
Oh,
so then I had to do that for every other game for the rest of the playoffs.
Wow, dude, that's a great drinking game where you can't lose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the shotgun Jake was going on at the time.
Whoa! Come on, man.
I was getting
bleep that name out because
a little litty in the summer of 2020.
Dude, we don't have Pettersson signed to a contract right now because of Jake Virtanen.
Anyways, man, let's talk. This is a positive episode, so we don't go down that rabbit hole.
All right, let's not do
Canucks
that.
and Stars this weekend. Canucks and Stars this weekend. I'm excited for this matchup. Again, the Canucks have actually had the Stars number. The Canucks have won 6 straight games against the Stars. The Stars haven't beaten the Canucks since November of 2019. But since then, the Canucks have won 6 straight games again against the Stars, including last season where they won all 3 matchups against Dallas. Again, all 3 of those matchups, ironically, were under Rick Tocchet because they played 3 games against the Stars late in the season last year. Again, the Stars right now, they're kind of doing their thing. They're winning games. They're 7-1-1, but their goal differential is +6. So they're definitely not winning convincingly. So again, you look at the Canucks right now, their goal differential is +24, which is obviously inflated by, destroying the Sharks last day in Edmonton to start the season. But even then, their goal differential, what's that rough math in my head? 17 goals. Their goal differential still, +7, +8 in the other 8 games of the season. So the Canucks playing well right now. The Stars playing well, but definitely more of a shut it down type of hockey. One thing that interests me about the Stars right now is that their power play is dreadful. It's been one of the worst power plays in the league to start the season, despite having, Robertson, Heiskanen, Rope, Hintz, Pavelski. The power play should be good, and it's not. Whereas the Canucks, on the other hand, should have a good power play, and they do have a good power play. So special teams might be the difference here. But again, we've seen the Canucks have some leakier games, specifically against Nashville earlier this week. They need to, make sure they tighten it up against the Stars, because the Stars do have, the talent to make you pay, and they're not going to give you much out there either.
Dude, why am I wearing a cowboy hat when we're about to play the Stars?
I didn't. Is that really a cowboy hat? I don't think it's a cowboy hat.
I'm superstitious too, man. It's the jinx. It's the jinx, bro. It's the jinx.
No, you're thinking too much about that hat, man. It's all good.
It's the jinx.
Good looking hat.
It's the jinx, man. Hey, man. I want the Canucks to win, so you can write a headline and just say something mean about the Stars. For real. Like, real stars only. Real stars only. Dude, we got stars,
or
man.
Jamie Benn can.
Dude, man.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can Google Jamie Benn third base or something like that.
I don't honestly.
Apparently not a fan of it.
Let's not do that, because I don't believe it. I don't believe it, man. Hockey people love 69, like that number, too much. Like, it's like one of their greatest. They hold on to that. I feel as if hockey people literally, like, their favorite numbers are 99 and 69.
No, but I think that's media, though, right? How many hockey players do you see wearing 69 other than Greg McKegg?
Now, obviously, you don't do it. You don't do it. But I'm just saying that I think the Jamie Benn story, it's not true. Okay? And I'm looking after my BC bud, all right? Unlike you, Beggsy. All right? Getting way too cocky. Throwing your BC buds under the bus.
Jamie Benn's the least likable NHLer from BC, except for that other guy we just mentioned. Good riddance to him. On Saturday night when the Canucks win at Rogers Arena. By the way, Demko unbeaten against the Stars, but you might get Mr. Saturday night, Casey DeSmith in that. He started his 2 straight games on Hockey Day in Canada. So going to be a fun matchup. We got you covered with all the fun here, all Locked On Canucks. Kyle, anything to say before we get out of here?
One love to the Canucks, man. We're super blessed, super grateful right now to have something to escape to, I know I'm keeping it hopeful and very spiritual right now, but I'm just, again, super blessed that tomorrow's gonna do something to my heart again and my stomach. Win or lose, I'm just gonna be there, and I'm enjoying hockey again, and it's making me feel like myself. So I'm blessed, man. Locked On Canucks, your team every day. Kyle Bhawan, Trevor Beggs. One love to the world. Sign us out.
All right. Shout out to the everydayers, the occasional listeners, the first-time listeners, the new subscribers, and Canuck fans everywhere. Because you know what? Right now, it's a goddamn good time to be a Canucks fan. We're going to have you covered here on Locked On Canucks after the weekend games. Stars, Canucks, how that all plays out. Again, the Canucks actually play the Oilers on Monday. And Kyle and I, we're going to try to get up a little earlier in the morning, get these shows out a bit earlier for you. This is the RIP to our new episodes at 4:20. We want to have them out earlier in the day for you, if possible. And on Monday, we're gonna get into those Canucks weekly power rankings, the GOATs of the week. But we got to get out of here for now. It's Friday. It's time to have some fun. So I'm Trevor Beggs. That guy's Kyle Bhawan. And you've been listening to Locked On Canucks.